First, state police are investigating a deadly altercation between a Portsmouth officer and a suspect.
The gunfire rattled customers and morning commuters outside Walmart just 30 minutes after the store opened. Investigators say an officer shot and killed the 18-year-old suspect.
10 on your side's Liz Palka has been following developments tonight.
And she's live outside Walmart on Frederick Boulevard. Now, Liz, what else have you learned?
Nicole and Tom, state police still have not released the name of the man shot and killed by a Portsmouth police officer this morning. However, we have learned from the NAACP that the family does know that he's dead. And while state police have not released a lot of details, this is quite a busy area here on Frederick Boulevard. And we talked to quite a few witnesses who told us what they saw.
I saw the kind of confrontation between the police officer and this gentleman, and then it just escalated from there.
I heard 2 gunshots, and then I came out and I could see a guy laying on the ground in Walmart parking lot.
Virginia State Police were called in early to lead the investigation into the Portsmouth officer-involved shooting. We learned Walmart called police about a suspected shoplifter around 7:30 this morning. A police officer approached the 18-year-old man in the parking lot of the store on Frederick Boulevard.
During the encounter, based on witness accounts, a struggle ensued between the officer and the male subject. The male subject was subsequently shot by the officer.
Sergeant Michelle Anaya says she would not release names, how many times the teenager was shot, or if a taser was used before the gun. But witnesses have more details about the interaction and struggle that came after.
It looked like at one time he had a handcuff on him, like his left hand was behind him, and the cop had him, and then all of a sudden the guy went nuts and started wailing on the cop.
Paul Akey said he had a clear view from the construction site attached to the Walmart parking lot. He told us the suspect was larger than the officer, and when the officer pulled out what looked like a taser, the 18-year-old knocked it out of his hands.
And he backed up a good 10 feet or so, and the cop, yes, and the guy came at him, and the cop took him. We heard 2 shots, and the cop took and shot him, and the guy fell. I mean, he went down quick.
He had on a white shirt and just blood on his shirt. And it was like 3 people standing there beside him, but it was a lot of police cars out here too.
The suspect died at the scene. And when state police finish their investigation, they will turn over all findings to the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. Stephanie Morales was there at the news conference this evening. All she could say was her office is focused on the facts, and that is how they will determine if there are any charges related to this shooting. Live in Portsmouth, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.
And tonight we spoke to the president of the Portsmouth NAACP. James Boyd told us the organization is looking into the shooting.
We intend to make sure that the community, that the families that's been affected by these shootings know what happened and what's going on. So again, the community's outraged, we're outraged, and we're not going to stop until we get the answers for them and until we get justice for this community.
Again, he said he has spoken with the suspect's family members, but wanted to wait until police confirm the identity before releasing his name.
This is the second time a Portsmouth police officer shot and killed a suspect in a month's time. 29-year-old Walter Brown III was shot by officers following a drug investigation and chase through the city, ending on Collin Drive. Police say that Brown was hit by a stun gun twice before he was shot. This case is still under investigation, and Portsmouth residents told us today's incident was all too similar.
Police officers have a tough enough job. I think sometimes they're forced to do things that they may not want to do. We did our research before we moved to Portsmouth, Virginia, and we thought this was a nice, safe area. But I guess nowhere's safe anymore in America.